boys and girls. Today we are going to be learning about our vowel sounds, long and short. So in front of you here, you see A, E, I, O, and U. Those are all of the vowels. All the other letters in the alphabet are called consonants. These are the vowel sounds, and vowels are very important because you need a vowel sound in every word, or else you really can't read it. It's too hard. So let's take a look at our vowels and the sounds they make. So you are probably familiar with all the short vowel sounds. That's the sounds that I've already taught you. A says ah, like in apple. E says eh, like in egg. I says I, like in iguana. O says ah, like in octopus. And U says like in umbrella. But vowels can also make long sounds, and that's their names. So A can also say A. E can say E, like an easel. I can say I, like in ice cream. O can say O, like in overalls. And U can say U, like in unicorn. And you might be wondering, but how do I know when the vowels are going to say their names instead of just saying their normal short sounds? Well, let me show you one way. You see this fellow right here? Does he look very kind and friendly? Oh no, that's because he's not. He's not a very kind and friendly little guy. You see, he's very bossy. His name is Silent Bossy E, and he likes to tell all these other letters what to do. He says, say your name. So whenever he's at the end of a word and one of these guys are earlier in the word, he's telling them, say your name. So he tells A, say your name, and A says, A, because he's nervous, like, oh, he's being all bossy and mean. He tells E to say its name, and E says, E. Tells I to say his name, he says, I. Tells O to say his name, he says, O. Tells U to say his name, and he says, U. Let's get some practice in. So here we have a word with that bossy E at the end. And that bossy E is going to reach on over to that A right here, and he's going to say your name. Oh, and A has to listen. So it's going to be A, And you know what? He's not going to say anything at all because he just bosses around this letter, but then he doesn't make a sound. He doesn't do his turn. He skips it. So it's A, name, name. And he doesn't say anything in the word because he's just too busy bossing around the A. Let's do another example. All right, so here, E is bossing around this letter right here, that I. He says, I, say your name. So when we read the word, it goes like this. I. He's too busy bossing to say his part. I've. 5. All right, let's do another one. In this word, E is bossing around this letter right here, that U. So we get the word k, U, b, because E told that U, say your name. So the U listened. He says k, U, b, cube, cube. All right, that bossy E, he's going to keep getting at it. Let's do the next one. So now I want to look at how the Bossy E can change words. So here at the top, we have a name for this little friend here. Let's sound it out to figure out what his name is. T, mm, Tim. Tim. His name is Tim. And then Bossy E comes around and he sticks himself at the end of Tim and it changes Tim to something else. Let's find out. So Bossy E shouting over to the I, he's saying, say your name. So I is going to say his name. Here we go. I, time. So Tim is no longer Tim. Now it is time. That Bossy E changed the word Tim to time because that I says a different sound. Let's see what happens in the next word. So we have another name for this little friend here. We got to read to find out his name. Sam. What's his name? Sam, yeah. And down here, Bossy E attached himself to the end of Sam, and it's going to change Sam to something else. Let's figure it out. So E's going to come on over here and tell that letter, say your name. So we're going to read it with A saying its name. A. Same. Same. And remember, he's too busy bossing to say his part of the word. Same. That's the word same. Okay, one more example, and then it's going to be your turn. Up at the top here, oh, what are they doing? Let's read it. It seems so sweet. G. Hug. Hug. Oh, it's a hug. How nice. What's going to happen when Silent E comes on in and starts doing his bossy thing? So he's coming on over to the U and he's telling the U. What is he telling it? Say your name. Okay, let's see what happens when U says its name. Huge. 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 It's not hug anymore. Now it's huge. What? The whole word has completely changed. Look at that huge pencil. So now you see that Bossy E can be very, very bossy. And he can change words completely. So it's going to be your job to read some words that have Bossy E in them. So you're going to add the E at the end and see how the word changes. Okie dokie. You got this, boys and girls.